Indigo, psychic medium, intuitive, and tarot card reader. This is the psychic reading, celebrity psychic reading of course, talk show host, media personality, Wendy Williams. The energy that comes through from Wendy Williams, and this is energy, it feels like it's more recent, the last few years. Wendy, it feels like she's looking at herself and she's like, what in the hell did I get myself into? Like, I worked so hard to get to this place, but this place is not at all what I thought it would be. Not at all what I thought it would be. The energy around it is she wanted to be where she is. She wanted to be in the spotlight. She wanted this. She wanted those, what is it, 2 million viewers? Well, millions of viewers a day. I'm not sure. I think it's like, I don't know, but it's millions of people who watch her every day, and that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be in front of you. She wanted to be seen, because there's a stigma that she carries with her, this energy that she carries with her of being the not someone that people wanted to necessarily look at, but you're gonna hear my voice. I think she's beautiful. I'm not saying it like that, but that's how the energy comes through, of how she felt, that she wasn't the most beautiful, she wasn't the most sought after, she wasn't you know, it wasn't like she was a magnet for the people that she wanted visually. And I feel like that's how she feels. That's the energy that comes through. She wasn't visually a magnet. And so now it's like, I'm here, I'm in front of your face. You have to look at me. And look, these people, they have to look at me. They adore me for what I have to say. They adore me for what I have to say, or I'm loved for what I have to say. And the perception behind all of that is, I'm beautiful. You look at me, and everybody says it. Not, you know, now it's like being in front of the camera. She gets this. The energy comes through. It's like she's getting what she wanted. Stroking her ego in that kind of way, of all of the people having to look at her, because she's always felt like people never looked at her, or people have never seen her. Working in radio, of course, is all about her voice, but it was something about people not being able to see her or look at her. And that's another reason for raising her voice and being boisterous in some ways, because people, she felt like people would not pay attention just off sight. So it's an energy that comes through that she has to open up her mouth, because you're going to hear me. That kind of an energy. But as far as the show is concerned, the last 18 months, I want to say 18 months, 24 months, the energy has been she's going through an internal conflict. Of course, in front of the camera, she knows how to turn it on. She knows how to turn on that Wendy. She knows how to do that. But behind the scenes, it feels like she is catching pure hell. Pure hell. It feels like right now staff members aren't getting along. There's energy behind the scenes of it being kind of uncomfortable with staff. There's an uncomfortability with staff. That's weighing on her. Very uncomfortable. People not getting along. People, it feels like people behind the scenes, not producers, because producers exert their authority all the time, but it feels like people among the staff that you want to treat right, because they are your day-to-day, and when they fuck up, it fucks everything up, whether they do it on purpose or not, and replacing them isn't always the easiest thing right away. So it feels like those people, those staffers that's there every day, certain ones, it feels like there's, and it's a male energy, certain male energies on the staff are starting to exert their authority, or trying to, or they're doing things in little ways to make things go wrong, and it's starting to wear, like it's starting to get back up to the big person, which is Wendy and her team, but it's starting to echo out. Of course, the energy with her Wig, the wigologist, who she called Wig, who passed away, that was detrimental, very hurting. But of course, him passing away was a heartbreak. You know, it was a hurt. It was still, she's still a businesswoman. She's still business minded, but that was a, you know, that hurts. That hurts to see somebody you work with every day, who you build a relationship with, who you respect, who you admire, and they're just gone. And you still have to come into that space and that energy. And she's a Cancer, so she can feel everything, whether he's passed on, you know, he's passed on, but that energy is still there. She can still feel it. That's weighing. That was a big way. And it also was a turning point for her mentally. I feel like around that time, it was I feel like around that time she kind of went back home and had a slight nervous breakdown. It wasn't complete, like she didn't go ziggity boo, like she didn't go Kanye, but she had a slight break. She had to go quiet to herself, didn't want to talk to the son too much, didn't want to talk to the husband, but we'll get to the husband in just a minute. But she needed to be to herself, but that husband will keep picking regardless, even if she wants to be to herself. She loves him, but he can be a picker. Like, he can be a picker. But she knows how to get him up off of her, but he can be kind of, you know, he can be a son of her. But the energy that comes through is the space, the whole Wendy space, the whole office, the studio. It needs to be saged out. Like, it needs to be spirited out. It needs to be blown out, like, as far as the air in there. Because every time she goes to work, she feels it. And it's hurting her, because this is where she always wanted to be. This is where Wendy always wanted to be. She's there. But the space is starting to bother her. The actual space. There's also an energy there, more so it feels like her behind the scenes at home with Wendy. She wants, well, not to get sidetracked, okay, this is where she always wanted to be with the show. However, she's questioning herself. She's questioning herself because it's starting to weigh on her. And it's like she has the deal until 2020. And I feel like it will be renewed. But she's questioning herself as to, do I even want to continue on with this? Do I just want to go back home and just, you know, I made enough money. You know, I'm worth, what, $60 million. I'm cool. Do I want to let this go? Do I just want to go home and just enjoy my, you know, enjoy my atmosphere, my family, my good food, my son, my husband? Do I want to let this go? That's where she's at. Doesn't know if, okay, 2020, I'm a fighter, so I'm going to fight until 2020, and I'm going to give you the best shows I can. I'm going to have my big mouth, and I'm going to give you the best shows I can, but do I want to go past 2020 is where she's at. Do I want to? And she's being pulled into her. Like, it's a huge conflict because she is a workhorse. Energetically, she's a workhorse. She wants to be that show pony. She wants to stand out. She loves the limelight. Whether she wants to admit it to herself or not, she loves it. But on the other hand, it weighs on her because she knows the love isn't real. She loves the attention. She loves the admiration. She loves people lauding after her, like, yeah, y'all used to didn't want to F with me, but now you do because I have the biggest show and you want to promote your shits, and you know you're going to want to come on my show to promote your stuff. So now suck up all that crap you said in the past about me. You want to promote what you got? Well, you gotta, you know, you gotta get down. You gotta come here, you know. And it's like she enjoys that people have to humble themselves now to her to be on the show. She enjoys that because a lot of people, you know, she throws it out, but a lot of people have dissed her too, and a lot of them are eating humble pie because they have to come on the show to promote whatever it is because she has a huge platform. She's not the only platform, but she's one of the largest, and if you want to be seen by a certain demographic, you got to come on her show if you want to sell whatever you're selling. So she loves that too. It's more so she doesn't want to give up the power. She doesn't want to give up the power. But she really thinking about letting 2020 cast on out because she's tired. The energy is fuck this. Like I'm thinking about my son. I know financially I'm okay, but I'm thinking about his future and the people he would have to work with in the future. And it's a lot of things that's weighing on her. And her husband, the energy that comes through from him, and he'll push her until he can't push her. He will push her until she can't go no more. So she's like, I don't know. 2020, I don't know. We're gonna make it. I know I'm gonna make it to 2020 because I'm not playing. She's not playing in the game. She's gonna make it till 2020. But she doesn't know if she wants to continue on. Is the energy even beyond that? She wants to do something a little bit that's not as strenuous to her spirit, to her soul, to her mind. Like she could throw it on and you'll believe that everything's okay with her. But on the inside, it's like an electric circus going on. And she's just trying to hold it together. That's the energy that comes from her strong. I'm just trying to hold it together. Like if you pull that string over there, I will fall all apart in front of you. And I cannot allow that to happen. So I'm bound up tight. And that's the energy that comes from Wendy. Now, with Wendy and her husband, Wendy is very strongly sexually attracted to her husband. The energy that comes through is that, when she gets turned on by him, even now, she is just strong. It's a strong sexual attraction there. Very strong sexual attraction. If it was up to her, I even feel like now they go at it every day. Like they get it in every day and very freaky. That's the energy that comes through from them. Very freaky, very less every day. Every day. Twice a day if we could. When we're mad, maybe not so much, but it's like, oh, that makes the sex better. Ooh, do that again. The energy that comes from her is like Wendy likes to be like grabbed. She likes to be choked. She likes to be smacked. That's her thing. Yeah. And so, and also, let's see what else is coming through. As far as the show, it doesn't feel like she has anything to worry about as far as the show. Even if she wants to continue after 2020, she'll be fine, but that's what's coming up. She's really not sure if she wants to go beyond that. But all of the endorsements and the money and everything is so good. She's really thinking about her son. And she's thinking about, she thinks about one day, I know I'm not going to be here. I have to make sure he's good. Good. And that's her thing. Like she may sit up there and try to put on the front, calling him the boy, and I want to, but that is her heart, and she wants to know that he is good, and she is working her ass off to make sure he is good. She is when it comes to her son, she is very, very, very idealistic. Like she has it in her mind of him finding the perfect wife. And she kind of wants his wife to be similar to her, but not so much. Like, I want you to speak your mind. But you're for my son. Like, you're for my son, period. Like, I want us to be similar because I want to get along with who my son is with. Like, I want to get along with you. I do. Because I love my son and he's a part of my life. Everything I got, him, it's going to him. That's my baby. But I got to be able to get along with you. And I got to be able to trust you and know that you're going to hold it down. That's how she feels. Like, but she sees this life for him. She wants him to have the family. She wants him to have the dog. She wants him to have the picket fence. She wants all of that for her son. And she wants it all for him. Wants it all for him. And that's where her energy is at. And that's why she's bound so tightly and holding it all together. She's holding it together for him. Even though she loves her husband, strongly sexually attracted to her husband, that's her baby. And she's not playing when it comes to him at all. At all. At all. Like, at all. You want to see Wendy go crazy? Mess with her baby. That wig will come off. The wig will fly somewhere. The energy also is that she felt horrible about what she said about the NAACP. There's an energy behind that, is that she felt absolutely horrible. And it also comes through from her that she does not 100% know who she is. Wendy herself does not, as far as connected with her roots and knowing who she is, she does not. I know Wendy has two black parents, and you know, when you grew up in a black household, that you would think she would know, but it's a disconnect there. She does not completely herself 100% understand black culture. That's why she submerged herself so much in it, in radio and talk and gossip and hip-hop, because that's something she wanted to learn about firsthand. She says, I look the part, I have the complexion for the connection, so let me jump in and learn firsthand. And she's more so mirroring hip-hop, mirroring the black reality. She's disconnected from being, she's disconnected. She is disconnected. That comes through very strong. Wendy is disconnected. She's like a plug that's not all the way plugged into the socket. She does not completely understand black culture. That's why she went into that field, the fields of working in hip hop and in radio, hip hop, and that, because she wanted to learn herself. She wanted to learn herself. And that's one reason why she's so attracted to her husband, because he reflects that to her. Like, I'm down with him, like I'm in it with him, like that comes through very strong. He gives me that. He is my street cred. I'm my street cred because you believe it looking at me, but he my street cred. That's the kind of energy. She's disconnected. Wendy, it's like the energy there. Of course, she's the black girl who grew up in the all-white suburbs. So that was a disconnect. Of course, not being accepted by the white people there, and then speaking, I'm sure, differently or whatever. A kid from the suburbs, the deep suburbs, versus a kid from the inner city, black, white, whatever. The difference, especially when you're rooted in your environment. You can tell when somebody new comes around that's different and they don't quite fit, even though they look like you. You just know. It's a scent, it's a way, it's a being, and you just know. And of course, when she went to go visit like family members and different things like that in different areas, it was a difference. So she never felt like she belonged. And the Wendy show gives her that platform, feeling like I belong somewhere. Hip Hop Radio gave her that, feeling like she belonged. Voicing her opinion was her way of fighting back with the bullies, all the people who quote unquote shitted on her growing up, fighting back verbally with the quote unquote populars was her way in radio fighting back, you know, gossiping and going at them and going hard at them was her way of getting the populars back for the things they did to her. And she built a career out of it. Of course, it was her mission here, part of her mission to do what she does, or she wouldn't be doing it. But those are the energies that come through. Wendy Williams is going to be good. She's not sure whether she's going to continue out 2020 and beyond. Everything she does is for her son. She's bound really tightly right now. She looks like she's well put together, but she's falling apart electrically on the inside, especially over the last 8 months. It was like hell. Hell for her. Hell the last 8 months. You want to know about her diet and exercise and why she's lost all this weight? Yes, the energy does come through. They wanted her to appeal to the white audience. They wanted her to appeal to all of America and not... I honestly feel like she appealed more to America with weight on her bones, because most Americans, you know, we kind of meaty. And right now she looks a little frail. And, you know, she looks frail. But if she feels like it's good for her health, doing all the things she's doing, good for her. Whatever. But the energy that comes through, that it was more so a push from producers. And, you know, when they do those, you know, they get those groups together and say, like the Nielsen groups and these different, you know, survey groups, and, you know, say things, what makes her more appealing, what will make her more likable, and there's this and that. And that's why she did that, because of the audience, to keep people engaged, keep people feeling comfortable with her, not feeling like she's a threat. Because for whatever reason, a big tall black woman with meat on her bones on TV speaking with a loud voice is a threat, but when she lost that weight, she doesn't come off as threatening. So, you know, they push that agenda. A lot of things Wendy is pushed through. It's a push through agenda. And with Wendy not knowing herself completely and not being 100% plugged in and connected to her roots, and not even understanding 100% of who she is, it's not that hard to manipulate and sway and get her to say things out of her mouth, because she truly doesn't know. And it feels like sometimes it definitely comes from an ignorant source of her not knowing. But she's always had a longing of wanting to be connected, wanting to know, wanting to just understand. She's always wanted to just fit in, wanting to just get it like everybody else gets it, and not be questioned or have people looking at her with a pondering eye. Like, yeah, you ain't from here, girl. You know, like giving her that, going back to the suburbs, girl. Going on, you know, like, you know, she just always wanted to fit in. She always wanted to be understood and relatable and likable. And also the energy, I had some people ask questions about her and the physical abuse between her and her husband. Yeah, it has gotten physical. That energy comes through very strong. Yes, it has gotten physical. And yes, he has, it feels like, you know, went upside her head a few times. Yes. The thing with Wendy is she's not going to shut up. Like, you're not going to shut her. Like, even if you go upside her head, knock her into a wall, trip her, or whatever the case may be, she's not going to, she's going to get back up and still be saying something. And that's where he goes off, because it's like, shut up and listen. And she's like, no, you know, she's yelling back, throwing stuff back. But then if he comes at her, she'll go into a frenzy, like, you know, then she'll go into a frenzy, like she's so scared, and oh my God. But then as soon as he walk away, she'll say something else. That's her energy. Alright, I'm Earthy Indigo, psychic medium, intuitive, and tarot card reader. Click on the link in the description to book your reading. It's 3 questions for $10. I'm Earthy Indigo, and I love to read for you. Bye.